materials that you will need for this project is an orange 4-weight yarn. This is just a red heart soft yarn, and a green yarn. Again, it doesn't matter the brand, this is just some DIY yarn. Again, it's a medium 4-weight, so you just want an orange and a green medium 4-weight. I will be using a G 4.25 millimeter hook. You will also need a stitch marker and a pair of scissors. This is a very easy beginner-friendly tutorial, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to begin, we are going to make a magic loop. If you do not know how to make a magic loop, there are tutorials out there and available, but go ahead and chain up 2. This is not going to count as a stitch. Now we are going to do 6 double crochets into that magic loop or magic ring. So go ahead and do that and meet me back here. Once you have your 6 double crochets, go ahead and pull that ring tight. We are then going to do 1 double crochet into the first stitch there. Okay, so once you have your 6 double crochets and you pull your loop tight, we are going to slip stitch into the first double crochet, so not the chain 3, into the double crochets. We're going to pull that tight. We're going to go ahead and chain up 2, and we are going to do 2 double crochets into that first stitch. So this is going to count as our first double crochet. So now we are going to continue to put 2 double crochets into each stitch around, just making sure that you're pulling it tightly as you work around. So go ahead and do this increase row, and I will meet you back here for round 3. Okay, so moving on to round 3, we are going to connect this by doing a double crochet into the top of the chain 2 of the previous row, and just make sure that you pull that tight. So we are going to put our stitch marker into that stitch, and we will not be increasing in this row. We will be increasing on row 4, but for row 3 we are just going to simply put 1 double crochet over each of the previous double crochets. So no increasing on this round. Go ahead and do that. I will meet you back for row 4, which will be an increase round. Okay, so here I am back to my stitch marker for row 4. So we are just going to remove that and do 1 double crochet into that first stitch. So round 4 will be an increase round and the final increase for this project. So in the first stitch we will do 1 double crochet. In the second stitch we will do 2 double crochets, just like that, into the same stitch. Into the following stitch we will do 1 double crochet, and into the next we will do 2 more double crochets. So go ahead and work this increase all the way around, and I will meet you back here and show you how to finish up the body of the carrot. Now, as you see, after row 4, we're starting to kind of get that tip there to our carrot. So now we are just going to continue to work 1 double crochet into each of the stitches around for the length that you want your carrot, making sure to move up your stitch marker as you go. I'm going to go ahead and work my rows. I'll come back and let you know how many rows I end up doing, and then we will work the top part of the carrot, which will be with the green yarn. So go ahead and do this. I'll let you know when I come back on how many rows I did. Okay, so I went ahead and did 5 rows with 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. So I'd have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. So before we go ahead and change colors, before we change colors, we are just going to do 1 single crochet into each of the stitches around. So into that first stitch, we are just going to do a single crochet and place our stitch marker. and go ahead and work one single crochet all the way around your carrot, and I will meet you back here for the finishing touches of our top part of the carrot. Okay, so when you get done with your single crochet row, you do want to stop one stitch before your stitch marker because we are going to want to change our color. So I just went ahead and cut my yarn. So you are going to want to put your hook in and draw up a loop, and you're going to want to stop before you finish off. You want to grab up your new color. This is how we are going to be connecting the green and leaving a little bit of a tail. You're just going to go ahead and finish off that last single crochet with your green. Now what I like to do at this point is I like to fasten my two tails together. Just go ahead and make a knot, just like that. Oops, there we go. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and we can actually just move up or take out that stitch marker because now we have the new colors, so it's easier to tell the change. So we are just going to insert our hook and drop a loop into the next stitch. We're going to go into the next stitch after that and go ahead and draw up a loop. Go into one more stitch and draw up a loop. So now we have 4 stitches on our hook. We are going to go ahead and pull through all 4. Chain up 1. Into the following stitch, we are going to do 1 loop. Into the next, we are going to do 2 loops, and into the next, we're going to do 3. So we have a total of 4 loops on our hook. We're going to go ahead and pull through all 4. We're going to chain up 1, and if you want to tuck these ends into your carrot as we go ahead and work this top, you can do that. So we are just going to continue to do this into the next stitch. We are going to drop 1 loop, into the following stitch, drop another loop, into the following stitch, drop 1 more. So we have a total of 4 on our hook, and pull through all 4 loops and chain up 1. So we are just going to continue to do this all the way around, and I will meet you back here for the round 2. Oops, 1 too many right there. Okay, so just go ahead and continue that, and I will meet you back here for the second round of the top part of our carrot. Okay, and as we come up to our last 2 loops, we'll just draw through 3 stitches and chain up 1. Okay, so here we are at the end of our row. Now moving on, we are going to put 1 double crochet into that first loop space. So now we're going to be working into these spaces in between our clusters. So go ahead and in that first double crochet, put a stitch marker. And go ahead and remove this one from down there because I am no longer in need of that. And so now we're going to continue to put 3 more double crochets into that same space. Excuse me. So we will have a total of 4 double crochets into that first space. So as you see this next space here, we are going to do 4 more double crochets into that space. There's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so just go ahead and continue to work that into each of these spaces in between our clusters and meet me back here at the end of the row. Okay, now to finish this off, we are going to remove our stitch marker and we are just going to simply slip stitch into that first stitch. We'll slip stitch into the following stitch and chain up 1. Now I know this does not look like much at the moment, but once we go ahead, we're going to cut this off. We are going to make our strap. That's going to be this drawstring part to our bag. So that's what's going to really pull this piece together. So this is what we have so far for our carrot. But when we make our drawstring, it's going to bring it in like that. And then once you have candy in it, it does look much more like a carrot. So to begin our strap, you can use orange or you can use a green weave. For this, I'm just going to go ahead and with the green, I'm going to chain up 30 and go ahead and do that and meet me back here. Okay, so I ended up going ahead and making a chain of 45. So then where you want to weave this through at is in between your cluster stitches there on the bottom. So go ahead and pull through one end, and you can use your crochet hook if you'd like. You could just simply, you know, put your hand in there, and then you just want to go ahead and weave your chain in and out all the way around, excuse me, your carrot. And then you want to end up, I'm going to skip that one, you're going to want to have both of your ends out of the front, and then pull these so that they are even, just like that. At this point, you'll want to go ahead and sew in your ends, but if you go ahead and pull that guy nice and tight, and you can just go ahead and tie it, and there you go. You have a very simple carrot. Just for this video tutorial reasons, I'm just gonna go ahead and snip those off so that we can just take a look and see what it looks like without those on. So there you go, guys, a very simple, easy carrot. And then you can just go ahead and put all kinds of goodies and treats in here. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this tutorial. Please subscribe to my video, and I hope you all have a fantastic Easter.